Welcome back to OpenLine, everyone. We are talking real estate. Happy to have with us Gabriela Lira. She's a real estate broker here in Nashville. I want to go back to the, well, we lost Mickey. Well, Mickey, call back. Call back, Mickey, and we'll put you back on. So, Gabriela, I wanted to ask, why don't you walk us through some typical clients? I mean, give us an example of what, a typical seller has faced and a typical buyer. And maybe you can kind of give us a conglomeration, don't give a name away or anything like that, but just what is a typical person facing right now, buyer, seller?
So as a seller, I still encourage my clients, even in a hot market, to put their best foot forward. And that means that even before we go on the market, we look at their home, we do any repairs that need to be done, we declutter, we depersonalize, and I always, for all my listings, bring in a stager. So this is a professional that tells us, hey, we need to move your furniture this way because it'll give us the best picture, or it'll make your house look more spacious. So, we bring in a professional to do that. And all of this, we do it for the photos. Kids nowadays say, oh, I'm doing it for the gram. Well, all the work before we put a house on the market, we're doing it for the photos to get the best possible pictures out there. Why? Because over 90% of buyers start their home search online and they fall in love with your home before they even step foot in it. So that is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get buyers to fall in love with your house based on these professional pictures that we're taking. So once the house is ready, we get photos, we get videos, we put it on the MLS, and it gets syndicated all over. So you might see it on Zillow or Realtrax or Realtor.com, any of these other sites. And then we start showings. In this market, a strategy that we're doing, because there are so many buyers coming in and we get so many offers, is we say, hey, we're going to show the house from Thursday through Sunday, and all offers are due by Monday at 10 a.m. So that allows all the buyers that are interested to come through over the weekend to get with their agents and submit their best offer. And then on Monday, I go over to the seller's house and I bring up my big spreadsheets that I put together for them that compares the offers side by side. And we go through each one and we decide what is the best offer for them. And believe it or not, it's not always price, because let's say your house is listed at $500,000 and someone offers us $600,000, which is $100,000 more, but they say, but it must pass an appraisal. Well, guess what? We've run the numbers and we know it will not appraise for 600. So even though it's the highest offer, it's not the offer that's the best possible offer. So we go through the offers, we compare price, we compare terms, and we pick the best one, and we then accept that offer. The best offer for a seller in this market looks like this: no inspection, no appraisal, close quickly, or maybe close quickly with a lease back, with the option of a lease back, so that then they can go out and find a home with money in hand because their home has already closed. You're just, as a buyer, allowing them to stay there some extra time. And that's what the ideal offer looks like for a seller right now. So once they close, once they're under contract, I should say, we start searching for a house for them.
That's fascinating. I love that you walk through that, and I want to drill down into a few things. I'm amazed that now, is it fairly standard to say, we'll put the house on the market, it'll be open Thursday to Sunday? Because it used to be a house should be on the market. I thought it was fine for it to be on the market a couple of months or something. I mean, how different is putting the house on the market from Thursday to Sunday to what it was a few years ago?
It's very different. It's very different. And the average days on market, last time I checked for Davidson County, was 9 days. So that is such a low number compared to what it's been like in the past. And this is all new. right? We are seeing such a different market today than we've seen in the past. And one of the primary ways that we're seeing this is in the clauses and stipulations that buyers are adding to the purchase and sales agreement. We're seeing things like pass-fail inspections, which was not a thing of the past. So essentially what a buyer is saying is, hey, I want to do an inspection just to make sure that nothing huge is wrong with the house, right? But I'm either going to pass you or I'm going to fail you, but I'm not going to ask you to do any repairs. Pass-fail inspection, that's the thing. The other that's new is, so this person that offered $600 on a $500,000 home might come to us and say, hey, I am willing to cover out of my pocket $100,000 over what the house appraises for, not to exceed $600,000. And that's great, right? Because that removes risk. That is what the seller wants, the less risky offer possible, and that removes risk from them. So we're seeing that. We're seeing escalation clauses because buyers, they don't want to overpay. They don't know how much these other 10 offers are offering. So they're unsure. So what they say is, hey, we'll offer $1,000 over the best offer that you get, not to exceed our top budget of $600,000.
Wow.
So that's an escalation clause. So escalation clauses, appraisal gap coverages, pass-fail inspections, these are all new things that we're experiencing in this market that we never saw in the past. And there are advantages and disadvantages for both the buyer and the seller with each of these clauses. And so you should talk to your realtor about this. Let's think about that pass-fail inspection. Well, it sounds great as a seller. I won't have to make any repairs. And I know there's nothing huge that's wrong with my house, but also no one is dictating what constitutes a fail or what constitutes a pass. Let's say the buyer goes through the inspection and they just get cold feet. They could use anything in their inspection report to say that they're failing you.
Okay, they could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, they could do that. So as a seller, you need to be careful. Although those pass-fail inspections sound great, they might not be that. So this is why it's more important now than ever to have an experienced and knowledgeable agent on your side, because you need someone walking you through these things that we've never seen before.
Things we've never seen before. Okay, we have to take another break. Fascinating stuff. We'll take a break, continue our discussion right after this.